Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be my honest review of Battlefield 6. So as you guys know, I got a chance to play it early and I played it, and I want to give my honest feedback, my thoughts about the game.
What? Yo, what? Yo, what I just get hit with? What I just get hit with? What is happening?
I'm sure some people from Call of Duty want to hear about it. Some people from Battlefield, the community, want to hear what I think. I've never played a Battlefield game before. This is my first ever real experience really playing Battlefield. I've been playing Call of Duty my entire life for the last 14 or 15 years. I've always respected the community and what they got going on over at Battlefield. So to be invited and to be a part of this is awesome. Like, this video is not sponsored or anything like that. This is my honest, genuine thoughts about the game, my experience, and just overall the future of me, if I'm gonna keep playing it or not.
Hey chat, over under I crashed.
Man, chat.
I got this. I'm in a jet. Hold on. Oh God. Wait, hold on. Aerodynamics are a little crazy. Hold on, wait. How do I get to battle? How you fly? How you fly this thing, bro? Oh God. Chat,
What the hell was that?
I'm gonna try and get in the jet.
If you guys could drop a like and hit that subscribe button down below, even if you're new to the channel, and also go in the comment section below. Let me know your guys' feedback, your thoughts, what you guys think of how I feel about it, and different things like that. Before I get to my pros and cons about Battlefield 6, I've just been seeing through the clips about a lot of, like, I don't even know if it's coming from the Battlefield community, but like just a lot of negativity as far as like different streamers being there and different things like that, or just very gatekeepish of Battlefield. I'm gonna be honest, guys, if you're part of the community, Battlefield community, you should want to welcome anybody who's new. Anybody who's new to the game is always going to help you guys in the long run. And to be honest, that whole event was about not only respecting and giving love to a lot of the OG Battlefield creators and just overall fans, but also trying to bring in new eyes, because as you could tell, I've never really felt that kind of energy before in a launch of a game compared to literally anything else.
Chat.
Well,
Chat. Nah. No.
Like, there's never been an experience. It's kind of like, it was like COD Next, like the event Call of Duty does every year, but the first time they did it.
Yeah.
so we're all excited for you to join us on the battlefield on October 10th. Let's f***ing go.
The energy felt really good. Last year's COD Next had no soul. It really didn't feel like it had a lot of energy, but this one felt like it was the first ever like of a game, you know, and it was really exciting to be there, and it was super cool.
Man. Oh, let's go. Order, please.
To kind of have like the Avengers of streaming all there. You had like different guys like Jack Frags, Tim the Tap, just all corners of streaming. My boy Stable Ronaldo was there.
Oh.
Got the heli.
Oh, let me get in. Let me get in. What the?
I don't know how to fly this. Yo, this is tough.
Wait, I'm
what
trying
the?
to get in. Oh, won't let me. Bro, on the map.
Yeah.
Bro, on the map. Oh wait, I'm getting in. No, I can't get in. Are you getting in?
Dude,
Did you guys just really career?
bro,
You guys are.
that shit is so hard to fly. Controller.
Bro, what?
As far as like this, the negativity surrounding that, it's just kind of crazy. You don't want to gatekeep it, all right? And we're not gonna Call of Duty people are not gonna come to Battlefield and ruin it. I mean, what are we talking about, bro? You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, we're human beings who, you know, may like the video game that you play. You know what I'm saying? And as far as like the people say, oh, you're a cheating streamer, you're gonna come over here and start cheating. I mean, that's just pure delusion at that point. I can't really help that argument or that conversation, because if you're saying that, you're just an idiot. You're just dumb. I'm just sorry, you're just dumb. But like I said, I'm just another human being who just had fun playing the game. I really did have fun playing Battlefield 6, but I think I'm gonna start off with the bad stuff and then get into a bunch of the good stuff as well too. So for as far as like the bad stuff, I would say one of the biggest things that stood out to me was the settings. So you guys don't really understand this until you get your hands-on experience in Battlefield next week, but the settings of that game are some of the most complicated settings I've ever had to do in any video game. I mean, it took me, on the first day we got there, we got to play test it off stream. It took me 2 hours to figure out my settings. And when I tell you my experience when I first hopped on the game, first day with my first hands playing it on default settings compared to a whole day of preparing settings for the streaming, it was night and day. My experience on Battlefield 6 was majorly dictated on the certain settings that were changed, right? When I first was playing it, I was getting absolutely blasted and my aim felt really off. There was just so many different settings you had to tweak to make it feel good. So once I did that, everything was gravy. I started having fun. When I finally figured out the settings after a whole day of figuring out settings, I had a little blast. My aim was on point. Everything felt good. The game felt smooth. So I think EA, or if you say Battlefield, please dumb down those controller settings or just settings overall. It was so complicated. Maybe it's less complicated for people who are gonna play the beta, but boy, me, Nadeshot, and Scump were sitting there trying to figure out the settings for like a 2 hours straight. I'm not even trolling. So please find a way at the launch of the game, simplify a lot of those settings. It was very complicated for me personally. And I can't imagine for someone who's a casual, a non-streamer to go into there and try to figure everything out.
Oh no! Oh! Oh! Oh!
What am I getting killed by?
Another thing that I thought that was really OP, that was really annoying me, and again, this is not like something game breaking, having that shotgun as a third gun in your slot where you can just use it on the D-pad of your controller. Holy, I think that was one of the most frustrating things to go against, is people whipping out that shotgun at not shooting their original loadout, but shooting that shotgun was just annoying. So that's just something small that I had to say. Being a Call of Duty player, full transparency, multiplayer is something that when there's nothing to really go for in game, it's very hard for me to play it all the time. So Battlefield, obviously, I'm not sitting here telling Battlefield to change what Battlefield is. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying as a Call of Duty player, the reason why I even fell in love with video games to begin with at the baseline was simply because I like getting nukes, or I like going for something in game that I can strive for and really shoot for. Now, as far as what Battlefield is, it's not that, and that's completely fine. I'm just speaking from my personal experience. I'm not saying Battlefield to change what its DNA is. Totally fine. It's just for me, from a multiplayer aspect, if there's not a lot of things for me to go for, to be rewarded for actually doing well in the game, then it's very hard for me to play multiplayer over and over again. I barely play even Call of Duty multiplayer for more than a month. So but that's my take. And also, I'm gonna be honest, I just hate tanks. I love 32v32 mode. I love jets. I hate tanks. I'll forever hate them. I don't care. I'm not a tank guy. I hate tanks personally. But honestly, that's all the bad that I really have that I could think off the top of my head. But I'm gonna go into the pros of just the game in general. It was fresh and fun. Like I said, it's my first time ever playing Battlefield, and that engine and that game felt so smooth and so fun. I could say maybe a little con is that the movement wasn't that smooth, because Battlefield's known to be a little clunky. It's not smooth like Call of Duty, but it was smooth enough to where it wasn't really bothering me too much. I was still having a lot of fun. Obviously, I'm not sitting here begging for omni movement, and I'm not sitting here begging for slide canceling either. But I mean, just a little bit more smoother movement, maybe, I would say, in my personal opinion. I'm like I said, I'm just going off my pros and cons, but it wasn't something that was major. And I'm saying to change the DNA of what Battlefield is, because I don't even know if that's what Battlefield was in the past, because I have nothing to compare it to. But it was my first time playing it. It was fresh, it was fun, it was new, and I had a blast. I genuinely had a blast. Once I figured out my settings, I started to have a lot of fun in Battlefield. The guns felt great, and the no muzzle flash, and just overall, it was very clean just shooting my gun. And that's super important. We know from Modern Warfare 2, in the current era of COD, they love having just shaky guns for some odd reason. I don't know why, but I genuinely enjoyed how just smooth it was to shoot your gun in Battlefield. That is key. It was very clean. It was very smooth. As an FPS, it should be like that. I had a lot of fun running the AK, the MP7. A lot of those guns were super fun. So I think just the gunplay overall was super refreshing and fun. And just killing in general felt satisfying. This game, like I said, I haven't felt the energy in that building and the way the game felt. I got that same feeling from Modern Warfare 2019. Now, I know I'm comparing Call of Duty and Battlefield. I play both. But I'm just talking about just the way the games felt. It just felt clean like that. I'm honestly a big personal fan of 32v32. I like ground war. I like being lost in the sauce. I like being able to kill 5 guys and nobody knows what's going on. I think that's always super fun. But like I said, it's very hard for me to play it for more than a couple hours because it's just spawn die, spawn die, spawn die, spawn die, you know? I would say the Forge mode looks very, very exciting. Being able to customize your own maps, or it's called Portal, that is innovative. That is where you really put pressure on games, right? Battlefield 6, I'm gonna be honest, chat, the multiplayer side is not what's gonna put pressure on the market. People who love Battlefield are gonna buy the Battlefield multiplayer, right? That's gonna be the hardcore fan base. They're gonna buy that. What's gonna get new people to Battlefield is gonna be modes like the Portal mode. As long as it's very smooth, the creativity that you can do on that, we've never really seen it in an FPS game besides 2 decades ago in Halo. Is super exciting and super just something to look at. Like I said, the execution has to be done, but overall, super fun. And obviously they teased the battle royale. That is what's really gonna change the game. Like I said, those 2 modes right there are very exciting, and it's putting a lot of pressure on the market, which is amazing. I'm telling you, it's good for everybody. Even if you're watching this and you're a hardcore Call of Duty fan like I am, and you're not open to playing another game, this is good that Battlefield is good. It's a good thing, I promise you. A high tide raises all ships. It's only gonna make Call of Duty have to make a better product because they've just been very complacent. There's no one been able to really challenge them. So that's what I'm super excited. So this is my message to Call of Duty. You saw what Battlefield is doing, right? And I'm sure people who are in Call of Duty right now, are working at Call of Duty, they knew this was coming, right? They knew that Battlefield was about to make a banger, or they were about to go all out. Battlefield spent a lot of money on the promo, the streamers, the massive event, the excitement, the feel of the game, and then they put Forge mode, Battle Royale, multiplayer, and campaign. I mean, they threw probably half a B at this game, I would say. And now I'm sure Call of Duty has known this probably for like a year or 2. You already know, they probably already knew the insider. So I'm hoping that puts pressure on them to make a good game. But overall, I don't want to get too off topic to Call of Duty because I know this is a Battlefield video about Battlefield 6. Overall, you guys did a great job. I had a lot of fun. There's a couple things that I really, like I said, in the list that I would like to change. But other than that, I'm super excited for it. I'm excited for the community to get it. And just if people to, if it's a fresh FPS, it's what the gaming needs. We need good video games for the next couple years, man. The market was kind of dying down. We got Battlefield 6 coming out with a battle royale, Black Ops 7, whatever they got going on, GTA 6. Overall, it's looking really up. So I hope you guys did enjoy today's YouTube video. Let me know what you guys think. Overall, that was my kind of experience with Battlefield. Now, I don't know if Battlefield does camos or anything like that. I have no idea. Now, all I know is that from the experience that I played, base game, they did good. It's good. Let's see what they have when they drop the full multiplayer mode. You know, will there be camos? Will there be things to grind for in Battlefield? I'm not saying to make it like Call of Duty, but to have a good player retention and people to keep coming back, you got to have things that people, you know, just want to keep playing for. So I hope you guys did enjoy. Let me know your guys' thoughts as a Call of Duty player who experienced Battlefield for the first time. These are my honest thoughts and impressions of the game. So drop a like, hit that subscribe button down below, and I'll see you guys later.